Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as you prepare to rest, I want you to consider something most people overlook. What you eat in the hours before sleep can completely change the way your mind and body recharge. Your evening choices aren't just about satisfying hunger or craving something sweet. They are a silent conversation with your nervous system, your brain chemistry, and your hormones. If you've been struggling to fall asleep, tossing and turning while your mind races, it's not just stress, it's a combination of what you've fed your body and how your body interprets that fuel. There is a profound connection between nutrition and the quality of your rest. And once you understand it, you can transform your nights. Most people think falling asleep quickly is a matter of shutting off your thoughts or counting sheep. They try meditation apps, breathing exercises, or even sleep supplements, but they ignore the most immediate and controllable factor, your last meal. What you consume before bed is not just calories, it's chemical signals that either soothe your body into relaxation or provoke it into alertness. When you eat heavy, sugary, or highly processed foods late at night, your body reacts. Blood sugar spikes and crashes. Cortisol, the stress hormone, may rise. Your digestive system works overtime while your nervous system stays alert, preventing the natural decline into restorative sleep. But there is a better path, one you can choose tonight. The foods that promote faster sleep are not exotic or expensive. They are simple, nutrient-rich, and thoughtfully timed. Protein and carbohydrates, when combined correctly, can increase the availability of tryptophan in your brain. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin, which in turn converts to melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body it's time to rest. Pairing a small portion of lean protein such as turkey, yogurt, or cottage cheese with complex carbohydrates like a small serving of oats, whole grain crackers, or a banana can be the key to a calm nervous system. This is not about dieting, it's about sending your body the biochemical signal that it is safe to let go, to lower its defenses, and to enter a state of repair. Beyond macronutrients, micronutrients play a vital role. Magnesium, found in nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, is a natural relaxant for muscles and a regulator for nerve signals. Calcium, abundant in dairy or fortified plant-based options, works alongside magnesium to encourage sleep cycles. Vitamin B6, present in foods like bananas and chicken, helps convert tryptophan into serotonin. The combination of these nutrients primes your nervous system, creating the internal conditions that allow sleep to happen naturally, rather than forcing it with pills or stimulants. Imagine your body as a car. You wouldn't expect it to run smoothly on the wrong fuel, yet so many of us do this every night, wondering why we struggle to drift off. Hydration, often overlooked, is equally important. Drinking too much water right before bed can disrupt sleep, waking you with the urgency to urinate. But mild dehydration can also keep you restless as your body struggles to regulate temperature and maintain circulation. A small glass of water, herbal tea, or a light milk-based drink an hour before sleep strikes the perfect balance. Herbal teas like chamomile or valerian root don't just soothe. They interact with receptors in the brain to gently lower anxiety and prime your body for deep rest. Consistency is another secret many underestimate. Your body thrives on routine. Eating the same types of sleep-promoting foods around the same time each night trains your system to expect rest. Over time, your body will begin to anticipate the release of melatonin and other sleep-facilitating chemicals once you eat your evening snack or light meal. This isn't just habit, it's conditioning at the chemical level. The more predictable your evening nutrition and pre-sleep routine, the more effortless your transition into deep sleep becomes. It's remarkable how much power you hold in a small, mindful choice each night. You may have tried avoiding screens, reading before bed, or meditating, and while those are helpful, they are secondary to the foundational element. Your body must be ready to sleep. If your gut is still processing, your brain is still metabolizing sugar, or your nervous system is overstimulated from caffeine or late-night stress foods, no amount of meditation will fully compensate. This is why the approach isn't about deprivation. It's about precision, awareness, and respect for the biochemical orchestra within you. The foods you choose are your baton. They direct the tempo of your rest, the depth of your rejuvenation, and the clarity of your mind when you awaken. Let's be realistic. Life gets busy, and late-night cravings are natural. The key is not to eliminate indulgence entirely, but to create alternatives that satisfy both the palate and the physiology. Dark chocolate in small amounts, warm milk with a sprinkle of cinnamon, a slice of avocado toast, or a handful of almonds can provide comfort while still promoting calm. Over time, your body will begin to prefer these restorative choices because it recognizes the reward not only in taste, but in the quality of sleep and energy the next morning. It's a subtle shift, but one that compounds night after night, transforming not just your sleep, but your mood, focus, and resilience. There's also a psychological element. When you commit to nourishing your body for sleep, you are signaling self-respect and intentionality. Sleep is not a passive act. It is an active investment in your brain, your cardiovascular system, your hormones, and your emotional stability. Every night that you choose foods that help your body transition into rest, you are asserting control over your health in a way that most people ignore. The small choices, one banana instead of a candy bar, a handful of almonds instead of chips, stack into a life of energy, mental clarity, and consistency. Tonight, you can apply this immediately. Visualize your last meal or snack as a message to your body it is safe to let go. I am ready to rest. I will recharge. A balanced combination of protein and carbs, infused with magnesium, calcium, and B vitamins, paired with mindful hydration, will communicate this signal clearly. Your nervous system will respond, your cortisol levels will drop, and the pathways for melatonin production will open. Sleep will come faster, deeper, and more restorative than you may have thought possible. And when you awaken tomorrow, the clarity, the focus, and the energy you experience will reinforce the power of this simple, intentional choice. This is not about a magic pill or a miracle supplement. It is about understanding and honoring your body's natural rhythms, giving it the precise nutrients and conditions it needs to function optimally. Every bite you take in the evening is a conversation with your body, a decision to cooperate with your biology instead of working against it. This is empowerment. This is mastery over the subtle forces that govern energy, focus, and emotional balance. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, make the choice that aligns with your goal: fast, peaceful, and restorative sleep that rejuvenates your mind and body for the challenges and opportunities that await tomorrow. When it comes to falling asleep quickly and deeply, most people overlook the most powerful factor: what they eat in the hours leading up to bedtime. We live in a world of convenience, where late-night snacking and sugary cravings are normalized, and many assume that sleep is purely about willpower or mental calm. But the truth is far more practical and empowering. Your body responds to what you feed it. Every bite you take is a chemical signal, a message that either encourages your system to relax or forces it to remain alert. Sleep is not just a passive state, it is a biological process that relies on balance, harmony, and preparation. If you've been struggling to fall asleep, it's not just stress or anxiety. It's often a subtle misalignment between your diet and your body's natural rhythm. Understanding this connection gives you control over something most people believe is entirely external, something they think requires pills or meditation apps. Late night meals that are heavy, greasy, or sugary send a signal to your body that it must remain alert. When you consume refined carbohydrates, candy, soda, or large portions of processed food, your blood sugar spikes, then crashes. Your pancreas reacts, your cortisol may rise, and your nervous system interprets this as a stress response. Your digestive system goes to work while your brain remains alert, preventing the natural decline into relaxation that prepares you for restorative sleep. Even something as simple as a chocolate bar or a late slice of pizza can silently sabotage the very process you want most. It's not laziness or inability to rest, it's your body telling you that it isn't ready to stop working. The good news is that this process is entirely reversible, and small intentional changes can create profound results. By choosing foods that naturally signal relaxation, you allow your body to release the chemicals it needs for sleep. This is not a complicated formula. It's about aligning your biology with your behavior. Protein and carbohydrates play a crucial role here, not just for energy, but for their influence on neurotransmitters. Proteins such as turkey, yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of nuts provide tryptophan, an amino acid that is a building block for serotonin. Serotonin is the precursor to melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. Carbohydrates, when consumed in the right quantity and form, help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively, amplifying G, the signal for your brain to enter a restful state. A small, balanced evening snack is more powerful than many people realize. It can turn restless nights into deep, restorative sleep. Beyond protein and carbohydrates, micronutrients play an equally critical role in preparing your body for rest. Magnesium, abundant in foods like almonds, spinach, and pumpkin seeds, is a natural relaxant for muscles and helps regulate nerve signals, allowing tension to release. Calcium, found in dairy or fortified plant-based options, works with magnesium to maintain the rhythmic cycles of the nervous system. Vitamin B6, present in bananas, chicken, and fish, facilitates the conversion of tryptophan into serotonin, directly impacting your ability to feel calm and drowsy. These nutrients are not exotic or expensive. They are everyday foods that, when eaten thoughtfully, act as biological cues telling your system it is safe to let go, to repair, and to restore. Timing is another element that cannot be ignored. Eating too close to bedtime can overwhelm your digestive system, while eating too early may not give your body the necessary fuel to trigger sleep. Ideally, a small, targeted meal or snack an hour or two before lying down gives your system time to process food while still signaling relaxation. Consistency here is transformative. Your body thrives on predictable patterns. Eating similar sleep-promoting foods at roughly the same time each night trains your internal clock, making the release of melatonin and the onset of sleep almost automatic. This is the power of routine at the biochemical level. The more disciplined and aware your approach, the more effortless the transition into EP rest. It's important to understand that this is not deprivation. Many people believe that avoiding late-night food is the solution, but hunger itself can prevent sleep. A light, balanced snack nourishes your body, satisfies cravings, and creates the perfect conditions for rest. You don't need elaborate recipes or expensive supplements. You need awareness and intentionality. Even something as simple as a banana with a spoonful of yogurt, a small bowl of oats with nuts, or a glass of warm milk can provide the nutrients that naturally encourage calm. These choices are not just about feeding your body. They are about communicating with your nervous system, telling it that it is safe to stop, to slow down, and to repair. Every time you eat thoughtfully before bed, you are teaching your body a lesson in self-care and biological intelligence. You are taking control of a process that so many feel powerless over. Sleep becomes not a battle, but a natural consequence of alignment between your habits and your biology. This understanding transforms the way you view food and rest. It is empowering because it places the control squarely in your hands. You can change how quickly you fall asleep, how deep your rest is, and how energized you feel the next morning simply by choosing the right foods at the right time. When you wake up after nights of intentional eating, the difference is undeniable. Your mind feels sharper, your mood more stable, your energy more consistent. The subtle, almost invisible power of pre-sleep nutrition compounds over time, creating a foundation for not just rest, but overall performance in life. You are no longer at the mercy of late-night restlessness or a racing mind. You are guiding your biology with intelligence and care. Sleep becomes a tool, a resource, and a reward for the choices you make in those final hours before night fully takes hold. Not all foods are created equal when it comes to promoting sleep, and understanding the nutrients that help your body transition into rest is a powerful step toward reclaiming your nights. The body is an incredibly precise machine, and it responds to signals more than commands. When you consume the right combination of nutrients, you are sending a message that it is safe to relax, safe to lower guard, and ready to enter the restorative cycles that your mind and body crave. Tryptophan is one of the most important of these nutrients, a naturally occurring amino acid found in many everyday foods. It acts as the building block for serotonin, which is then converted into melatonin, the hormone that controls the body's circadian rhythm. Without sufficient tryptophan in your evening nutrition, your brain may struggle to generate melatonin efficiently, leaving you restless and awake despite your intentions. Pairing tryptophan-rich foods with carbohydrates is a key strategy that many people overlook. Carbohydrates influence the way tryptophan crosses the blood-brain barrier. When eaten together in the right proportions, a small portion of protein alongside a complex carbohydrate such as oats, whole grain crackers, or even a banana allows tryptophan to reach your brain more effectively. This chemical process is subtle but profoundly influential. It can mean the difference between lying awake for an hour watching the clock tick and drifting into sleep effortlessly. A simple, mindful snack. Yogurt with a few almonds, a slice of turkey with whole grain toast, or a small bowl of oatmeal can activate this process naturally without supplements or artificial sleep aids. Beyond tryptophan, several micronutrients work in harmony to enhance the body's readiness for rest. Magnesium, for example, is a mineral that relaxes muscles, regulates nerve impulses, and can reduce the overactivity of the nervous system. Foods such as almonds, pumpkin seeds, spinach, and dark chocolate are rich in magnesium and can quietly signal your body to calm itself. Calcium works alongside magnesium, maintaining the rhythmic contractions and relaxations of muscles while supporting healthy nerve signaling. These minerals do not act in isolation. They create a supportive environment in which your body can naturally downshift from wakefulness into sleep. B vitamins, especially B6, also play an underappreciated role. B6 helps convert tryptophan into serotonin, amplifying the body's ability to produce the calming chemicals necessary for sleep. Bananas, chicken, fish, and fortified cereals are practical sources of this nutrient. When you consciously include these foods in your evening meal or snack, you are giving your body exactly what it needs to regulate neurotransmitters effectively. This is about more than physical relaxation. It is about optimizing the chemical signals that govern your ability to feel calm, focused, and naturally drowsy. It is also important to consider the quality of carbohydrates consumed before bed. Refined sugars and white flour may temporarily increase serotonin, but often cause a blood sugar crash that can wake you in the middle of the night. Instead, complex carbohydrates such as oats, quinoa, or whole grain bread provide a slow, steady release of glucose, maintaining a balanced energy level and supporting sustained serotonin production. These foods create a stable internal environment, allowing your body to follow its natural circadian rhythm without unnecessary interruptions. Even small adjustments can have a dramatic impact. For instance, a handful of almonds paired with a small banana, a cup of warm milk, or a modest portion of yogurt can activate multiple pathways that encourage sleep. You are simultaneously providing protein, magnesium, calcium, and complex carbohydrates in one small, intentional snack. It is a multifaceted approach, quietly training your nervous system to interpret these nutrients as a signal that it is safe to rest. Over time, your body begins to anticipate these chemical cues, creating a rhythm that allows sleep to arrive naturally, almost effortlessly. Another subtle yet powerful element is the psychological effect of mindful eating. When you consciously choose foods known to promote relaxation, you are training your mind to associate certain actions with calm and readiness for rest. Eating is no longer just a mechanical process, it becomes a ritual, a statement of intention. Your body responds to both the nutrients and the mindset, reinforcing the message that it is time to release tension and enter a restorative state. Even the act of preparing a small nutrient-rich snack can signal to your nervous system that the day is complete and the night is meant for repair. Hydration paired with these sleep-promoting nutrients enhances their effectiveness. A small glass of water, herbal tea, or a warm milk-based drink helps maintain optimal circulation, supports digestion, and soothes the nervous system. Be mindful to avoid excessive liquids that could disrupt sleep, but recognize that mild dehydration can also prevent relaxation. Hydration is a quiet partner in this process, ensuring that nutrients reach their target efficiently and that the body's natural chemical signaling proceeds without interruption. The beauty of this approach is that it is accessible, practical, and entirely within your control. You do not need expensive supplements, complicated routines, or elaborate diets. You need knowledge, mindfulness, and consistency. By selecting foods rich in tryptophan, magnesium, calcium, and B vitamins, paired thoughtfully with complex carbohydrates, you are directly influencing the neurochemical environment that governs sleep. This is power in its purest form, the ability to transform your nights, your rest, and ultimately your energy, focus, and clarity in the day ahead. Once you begin practicing this consistently, the results are undeniable. Sleep comes faster, rest is deeper. You awaken with more energy, sharper focus, and greater resilience. Your body and mind begin to trust the cues you provide through intentional nutrition, and the simple act of choosing the right foods becomes a nightly investment in your health and productivity. This is not just a strategy, it is a form of mastery, a way to harness the quiet but immense influence of nutrition on your physiology, ensuring that every night becomes a step toward optimal performance and well-being. Consistency is one of the most underestimated forces when it comes to falling asleep quickly and achieving deep restorative rest. Most people think that sleep is unpredictable, that it happens when it happens, and that external factors, stress, work, or environment, are the main determinants. But the reality is that sleep is highly trainable, and your body thrives on routine and predictable cues. When you combine mindful nutrition with consistency, you are creating a system in which your body begins to anticipate rest almost automatically. Each night becomes an opportunity to teach your nervous system the rhythm of relaxation, and over time, this practice compounds into profound, lasting effects on both your sleep and your overall health. The body's circadian rhythm, often described as the internal clock, is incredibly responsive to habitual behaviors. Every signal you provide, when you eat, what you eat, how you hydrate, and the environment you create contributes to how smoothly this clock operates. When your evening nutrition is consistent, your body begins to recognize the pattern, preparing hormones and neurotransmitters at the exact time they are needed. Melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep cycles, is released more efficiently when your system learns that certain foods, in combination with timing, signal rest. This is not just theory, it is biology in action. By eating the right foods at roughly the same time each night, you are training your body to know without conscious effort that it is time to enter deep restorative sleep. Even minor deviations in evening habits can disrupt this rhythm. Eating irregularly, skipping your pre-bed snack, or consuming late-night caffeine or sugar confuses the nervous system. It may delay melatonin production, elevate cortisol, and leave your body in a state of alertness that prevents restful sleep. But the beauty of consistency is that it stabilizes these systems. When the body knows what to expect, it can focus on the processes that matter. Digestion occurs efficiently, hormone levels align with the natural sleep-wake cycle, and the nervous system transitions from fight or flight mode into rest and repair mode. Over time, your body begins to require less effort to fall asleep because it has learned the cues that signal safety, relaxation, and restoration. The principle of consistency extends beyond food alone. Hydration, portion size, and even light exposure work synergistically with nutrition to reinforce a sleep-friendly environment. A modest, nutrient-rich snack consumed at the same time each night, paired with a small glass of water or herbal tea, teaches the body that this window is for rest. Avoiding large meals or high-sugar foods within this window ensures that the digestive system is not overactive, allowing your nervous system to do its natural work. In essence, each component of your evening routine is a building block. The more predictable the structure, the easier it becomes for sleep to arrive naturally, without struggle or frustration. Mindset also plays a significant role in consistency. When you intentionally prepare your body for sleep through habitual evening practices, you reinforce a sense of control and self-respect. Sleep is no longer a passive act that happens when it happens. It becomes a conscious commitment to your health, energy, and clarity. Every consistent action signals to your body that you value rest and recognize its importance. This internal message is powerful because it engages both the physiological and psychological systems. Your brain begins to associate these cues with calm and readiness, creating a feedback loop in which consistency leads to relaxation. Relaxation reinforces the pattern, and the pattern becomes effortless over time. Another overlooked aspect is the compounding effect of consistency. One night of mindful eating or routine may improve sleep slightly, but the real transformation occurs when these actions are repeated night after night. The nervous system adapts, neurotransmitter pathways optimize, and your body learns to anticipate the signals of rest. You begin to notice a decrease in tossing and turning, a faster onset of sleep, and a deeper, more restorative rest. Morning energy levels improve, cognitive clarity increases, and emotional stability strengthens. What seemed like a small, simple choice, eating a small, nutrient-rich snack at a consistent time, turns into a foundational habit that elevates every aspect of your life. Consistency also allows for a personalized understanding of your body, As you track patterns and responses to certain foods and routines, you begin to notice what works best for you. Perhaps a banana and almond combination produces the most restful sleep, or a cup of chamomile tea with yogurt provides the fastest onset of relaxation. This awareness empowers you to refine your evening habits, creating a tailored approach that maximizes results. Your sleep is no longer a passive occurrence dictated by external factors. It is an optimized system in which you are the architect, guiding each choice for maximum benefit. The ripple effects of consistent mindful evening nutrition extend far beyond sleep itself. Deep rest supports hormone regulation, immune function, metabolic efficiency, and mental resilience. By committing to this practice nightly, you are investing not only in immediate relaxation but in long-term health and performance. The consistency of your actions builds trust with your own biology, reinforcing the connection between choice and outcome. Over time, the body begins to rely on these signals, and sleep becomes less of a struggle and more of a natural, automatic state. Consistency transforms sleep into a predictable, reliable resource. It turns the simple act of eating a balanced, nutrient-rich snack at the right time into a tool for optimizing your energy, focus, and emotional well-being. Each night you practice this habit, you are training your body and mind to perform at a higher level. You are creating an environment in which restorative sleep is inevitable, not just possible. And every decision you make compounds into a pattern of vitality, mental clarity, and resilience that carries into every aspect of your life. When you understand the power of what you eat before bed, the nutrients that support your body, and the consistency that transforms your nights, everything begins to fall into place. Sleep is no longer random or elusive. It is a tool, a choice, and a reflection of the respect you show your own body. Every mindful snack, every nutrient-rich bite, and every night you maintain a routine sends a clear message to your brain and body. It is safe to rest. It is time to repair. It is time to rejuvenate. These choices are not small. They compound night after night, creating a foundation of energy, clarity, and focus that carries into every part of your life. Your mind becomes sharper, your resilience stronger, and your ability to face each day fully restored grows beyond what you may have thought possible. The journey toward better sleep is not about magic, luck, or expensive solutions. It is about awareness, intentionality, and action. It is about understanding the connection between your evening habits and your body's natural rhythms, about giving yourself the tools to transition from the chaos of wakefulness into calm, restorative rest. When you commit to this process, you reclaim control over your nights and ultimately over your life. Your body will begin to anticipate rest, your nervous system will learn the rhythm of relaxation, and your mind will feel the clarity that comes only from deep, uninterrupted sleep. Every bite, every sip, every consistent choice is an investment in yourself. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, remember that the power is in your hands. You have the ability to fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and awaken with renewed energy by simply aligning your nutrition, your habits, and your consistency with the needs of your body. Small, intentional actions taken each evening lead to extraordinary results. Your nights can be peaceful, restorative, and empowering, setting the stage for every day to be more focused, energized, and alive than the one before. Take that step tonight. Make that choice. And let your body know that rest is not only allowed, it is inevitable. Sleep is no longer something you wait for, it is something you create. Health is money.